Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is October 8th, 2024, and it's reported that Deco is already working ahead as far as transfers. Also, it's been revealed that Barcelona are owed 23 million euros in transfers. And finally, Luis Enrique has aimed another dig at Xavi Hernandez. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to hit the Goal Kits, Kit Bag, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to hit the Bet Us. All links are down below in the description. Now begin this video with the news, with the exciting news that, ladies and gentlemen, the Spotify Camp Nou, they've already started installing seats at our stadium, which only goes to show that yes, we are very, very close to going back to our home, to our fortress, to our beloved stadium. And I have to say, I'm very, very excited to be back at the Camp Nou. As I reported in yesterday's video, Maria Elena Ford gave a timeline where she said that the club are still working to return into the stadium by the end of this year in December. However, other reports are stating that because Barcelona would have to play the Champions League stage matches at the Montjuic and only La Liga matches at the Camp Nou, that they might not return by December even if the stadium is ready, because Barcelona don't want to have to operate two stadiums. So we might not see the team going back to the Camp Nou until February, which is after the Champions League group stages are over, because the last match is against Atalanta on January 29th. But it's really cool to see that the seats are already being installed, and that the stadium no longer is gonna look gray, but instead it's gonna look Blaugrana, as it should. Now, speaking of the Champions League, since I didn't talk about it, guess who has been registered in the Champions League? Ladies and gentlemen, it's no other than our newest signing, Wojciech Szczesny, who has been registered in the Champions League as a goalkeeper, and as such, he will be available to from now on to participate in the European competition a few days after he was officially registered with La Liga, which also means that he will be available to play in La Liga as soon as this dreaded FIFA international break is over. Now, speaking of players, we do have to talk about Deco, because guess what? The sporting director is already working ahead, planning future signings, renewals, etc. And in fact, he has been seen meeting with several sporting agents. Now, Deco has been hard at work renewing all the young talent in La Masia. He's also just finished renewing Fermin Lopez and Gerard Martin. And it's reported that Deco is already meeting with other agents to renew the contracts of other current players, specifically the ones whose contracts expires in 2026, like Pedri, Gavi, etc. But that is not all, because it's reported that Deco is also working on future signings, where it's reported that Barcelona would like to reinforce the goalkeeper position and also the fullback position. So Deco is already in the market eyeing possible talents that he might be able to sign in the future. He's also been meeting with agents to, put out feelers to see what players will be available, what their demands would be. So Deco working ahead, planning for the future in order to continue making the team stronger. Now, it is reported that Deco actually was at the match between Manchester United and Porto, because he was watching Diogo Costa, who of course is one of the players that Barcelona are considering. Because as I reported in a previous video, Barcelona have decided that yes, they will be signing a goalkeeper, because they need someone to replace Marc ter Stegen once he's ready to hang his gloves. And of course, Diogo Costa is one of those players that Barcelona are considering, where Jorge Mendes offered him to the club. And it's reported that Deco was at the match between Porto and Manchester United, watching the goalkeeper in order to see if that could be someone that Barcelona could sign in the future. Now, speaking of signings, it has been revealed in that paperwork I told you about in the earlier video, that paperwork that Barcelona have filed, including all the details of their budget. But it has been revealed in that paperwork that Barcelona are owed 23 million euros from transfers. Now, this is the breakdown of the money that Barcelona are owed. Real Betis owe Barcelona 4.8 million euros for the transfer of Shadi Riyad and 2.3 million euros for the transfer of Abde. Atletico Madrid owe Barcelona 3.3 million euros for Antoine Griezmann. Al Ahly owe 4 million euros for the transfer of Frank Kessié. Getafe owe 1.5 million euros for the transfer of Carles Aleñá. Zenit own 1.5 million for the transfer of Malcolm. Sampdoria own 1 million euros for the transfer of Stanis Pedrola. Chelsea owe 611,000 euros for the transfer of Marc Cucurella. Villarreal owe 968,000 for the transfer of Jorge Cuenca. And then Manchester City owe us 92,000 euros for the transfer of Sergi Gomez, for a total of 23 million euros that Barcelona are still owed, which once they paid, of course, it will be financial boost for the club. So I guess that paperwork that we talked about was not all bad news, because even though we did find out about 2 lawsuits, one from Agüero, one from Dembélé, we also found out positive news that we might be seeing a good financial boost in the future. Now we will end today's video with the news that Luis Enrique has aimed a dig at Xavi once again. He previously compared Xavi's Barcelona to a bar. I did not really discuss those statements because I was like, Luis Enrique, Barcelona legend, I don't want to get into it. But now we have to talk about it because he has done it again. He was talking about PSG's victory over Barcelona in the Champions League, and he said that this is why his team was able to beat Xavi's Barcelona. The key to the tie will be the team that controls the ball. Barcelona haven't been a guarantee of this in Xavi's 2 seasons. It's not a dominant team, nor one that maintains possession. If this had happened in our time, we wouldn't just be punished, we'd be crucified. How the narrative changes. So Luis Enrique saying, the reason why PSG were able to win, because it was about controlling the ball and controlling possession. And Xavi's Barcelona was not a team that was good for knowing that. And then saying, had that happened when he was Barcelona's coach, he had been crucified. And I have to say, I do agree 100% with his statements. He's right. Xavi's team was not good at keeping possession or controlling the ball. And even when they did keep possession, it was pointless possession. It was just passing the ball back and forth. So I do agree with those statements. And I do agree that had this happened during Luis Enrique era, he would have been crucified. But I have to say, I do not like to hear this from Luis Enrique. Even though his words are true, it's really hard to stomach to see a Barcelona legend, a legendary coach, talking bad about another Barcelona legend. I don't like it. I know his thoughts are 100% correct. I wish he would keep it to himself, or I don't know if he has a relationship with Xavi, tell him directly. I don't know, but I don't think the press is the place to be doing this, for one Barcelona legend to be criticizing another one. But that's just my thoughts. I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you think about Luis Enrique's statements? Let me know down below. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did upload another one a few moments ago. Make sure to check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.